And welcome to Indie Social. This is the podcast where I, Dylan Yeager,
and Brittany Benedict,
interview independent filmmakers. And Brittany, we have a fantastic guest tonight, don't we?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. Her name is Faye. And before I go into too much detail about this amazing actress, let's roll that intro.
Welcome to the show, Indie Social. I know you'll love our guest today, 'cause what we've got for sure will amaze. So take this time and put your stress aside and come with us. Don't be shy, just take a seat and enjoy the ride. Oh, we are Indie Social.
I still really love our intro. And Cole did a fantastic job. Welcome to the show. Anyway, guys, our guest tonight. Tonight we have the pleasure of speaking to a very talented individual who, when she wasn't getting to film the scenes she knew she could do, she made them herself. Her micro short films have been enjoyed by many, and she has been nominated, that's right, nominated for Best Actress at this year's IMPA, the Iowa Motion Picture Awards, the Iowa Oscars. It's a big deal. Please help us welcome the tenacious Faye.
Woo! Come on in.
How are you?
I'm all right. How are y'all?
I'm doing good.
Oh, man. Whew. It's good to see you.
Yes. Well, Erica, I'm really glad you came on. You were... Indie Social is definitely like a Dylan, Michael, Kevin thing, but I get to come on here every once in a while. So when we were talking about who would be on this month, I was like, all right, requesting Erica Faye, please. So
It's me.
yes, thank you.
And I've been
for coming.
dying to meet you. You came out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
Just one day on Iowa Film, I was just scrolling through, and then I saw your short films, and then Michael and Brittany were telling me that you did this all yourself. And I want to know, how did you find Iowa Film?
I think I just started putting my monologues out there and was just going on Facebook looking for film groups. And I typed in Iowa, and Iowa Film was one of the first ones to pop up. It's pretty popular. So been in that group probably maybe 2 years. March 2020, I think, is when I joined. So very, very resourceful. Met some great people
Yeah.
in there.
So you were just sitting back in the shadows waiting for your moment.
Pretty much, yeah. So okay, I wouldn't say that. It's almost like I was forced to be here, okay? Because I simply just wanted to act. I didn't want to write. I didn't want to get behind the scenes, direct, anything. I wanted to act. But it was like no one would give me a chance. So for one, I don't have any training, any acting training, any writing training or whatever, so no one really, they wouldn't give me a chance.
Well, that blows my mind because you are absolutely phenomenal at what you do.
Oh, Dylan, thank you. Thank you kindly.
This is
thank
why
you
I
kindly.
love Erica. This is why I love Erica.
So,
humble.
yeah, as I said, like, they wouldn't give me a chance. So it was like I was forced to write. And I think when I got desperate enough, that's when the doors started flying open. Like, I was like, I want to act. God was like, nope, you're going to do more than that. Because we want things for ourselves, but God wants bigger venues, bigger avenues. And that's what we have to realize, is that we want our will to be his will. And that's how I'm here today. That's, how y'all see me and I see you, So,
Yeah.
really excited to be here.
Yeah, you said that she kind of came out of nowhere with the micro shorts, but yeah, you already mentioned this, is you were definitely you were in there doing your monologues for so long.
Oh,
How many
that's
monologues?
right. I remember seeing those now.
Yeah. The blue screen, back screen.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is so weird. Like, this is how important it is to put yourself out there, because when we were casting for Investigating Christmas, we needed a kid. And she put in Andrew, her kid, her son, to be in it. And he did get the role of one of the friends in Investigating Christmas. But I remember seeing, like, Andrew, his audition was on a blue screen, and just weirdly I made the connection. I was like, oh, monologues, that's Erica. And that's how we got connected with Erica when Andrew came out for Investigating Christmas. And then I guess we were just chatting after that, and that's how we kind of just continued.
Yeah. So after I decided that I was meant to write, I was asking you about cameras.
Yes,
And,
okay.
I didn't, because I still have no idea. I just know the quality that I want and what I'm looking for. And you asked me, you was like, so what are you doing? I was like, well, I'm just going to start writing my short films. You was like, are they going to be in different locations, or are they going to be in one location? I was like, yeah, we're going to be in one room locations. That's it. And you was like, we'll help. And I was okay, well, how much are you charging? Because you was like, no, we'll do it for free.
Yeah.
And speechless. Still today, I'm speechless by just how you and Michael, you came in and you just took over. You had all of the knowledge that was needed to get the films created. You were on time. You were always professional. Like, I'm very grateful for you all, because that's how, we got here where we are today. So very grateful.
I appreciate that. And of course the reason we were there is because you guys were, or not you guys, you were awesome to work with. You're awesome to work with. I want, just in case anyone doesn't know, we are talking about these micro shorts. Can you kind of just talk about your micro shorts? What was your plan with them? I guess how many did you do? Yeah.
So I did 6 micro short films, and the ideas, they would come to me as I'm sitting on the couch. Like the one that I did After the Rain. I was watching Grey's Anatomy, and it was just 2 doctors. They were standing there and they were talking. But then I got the idea, hey, we're gonna do 2 doctors who are husband and wife, and they're arguing about something. They're, I come up with a scenario, or something that happened, and that's pretty much how that came about. I would just sit or be driving somewhere, and an idea would come, and then a story would come behind it. I wrote the 6 short films, I would say, in probably like a 2-week time frame.
Yeah.
Like, that's how fast the ideas were coming. Like, the dialogue was amazing. Like, it just came to me like out of thin air, and that's how they got, created. I didn't really see them not going anywhere, but I didn't know how big it would be.
Yeah.
And how many people have seen the films and how much feedback I get from it. So that was very exciting as well.
I guess I never asked you, did you always plan, was it always just one day, did it hit you that you wanted to write, or were you trying to do something with them, like create a reel, or?
So yes, that's okay. Ding, 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 ding. Good job, Brittany. Okay, so how this whole thing came about, right?
Yeah.
As we know, I don't have any background of any sort, and the reason for me not being cast for a lot of films was because I didn't have any training. So I was like, well, I know that I could play these roles. I was like, so why don't I just write them? And that's where all 6 of those films came from, was roles that I knew that I could play and that I would see auditions for, but that I would never get cast for. And I fell in love with writing from
Yeah.
writing those short films. Like, I
Yeah.
had no idea. And my sister told me, she was like, well, you may love writing more than you love acting. I'm like, yeah, right. Like, I'm an actress, But she was so right, because it's almost like it goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
It's like I can't act without writing, and I'm
Yeah.
starring in my own films now. We know that, but eventually I'll give someone else a spotlight, and kind of let them be the lead, But right now I am having fun. I am following my dreams. I am very much enjoying being on camera. Just something that I've always wanted to do and that I was never really given the chance to do. So
Yeah.
hopefully from these films, a reel can be created, which it will. The reel will be created for like my acting sites that I'm on, and then
Yeah.
I would send that in for my auditions. So
Okay.
Yeah, well, you're going in the right track, because
Yeah.
I was very accepting, and you can have your own unique style. So, like, writing your own work and starring in your own work, no one's going to really judge you for that. And as long as you find the right crew to work with, like Michael and Brittany, they'll be more than happy
Yes.
to help you with that. And I want to know is, so you were talking about how you were watching Grey's Anatomy, and is that kind of how you get a lot of your inspiration, like watching something you really love and then kind of
Yeah,
absorbing
kind of.
that?
Yeah, kind of like I said. My new short film, well, it's not even a short film anymore, I don't think. It went from me having a desire to write 30 pages to 45 pages. So I was speeding on the way to church one morning, and the idea came to me of a woman gets pulled over by the police, and something very, very bad happens to her. In this whole incident, it's life-changing. So in the new film that I've written, we'll see her go through 3 different stages. We'll see the real fun, bubbly person that she was before. Then when this thing happens to her, we'll see her become like the shell of a woman, and then we'll eventually see God pick her up. So she goes through happy shell breaking down to this whole new person who she never thought that she could be. So there's a lot that goes, just a lot in between there that you'll see that happens. And that's pretty much how that came about, speed on the way to church. One morning.
You really inspired me to write something here. It just all kind of came together. Have you ever seen the show Supernatural?
I saw some of it, yes.
Yeah, there's this episode, spoiler alert, where Dean Winchester goes to heaven and sees his mom who's passed away. And that scene is just so emotional, so well done. And then, like, the actor, Jensen Ackles, who plays Dean Winchester, just has this really emotional scene, and it's a scene where he's crying, and it's so organic.
Wow.
And so touching, like you can't help but cry with him. And I really want to like write something to where I can really show myself as an actor, where I can like show emotion like that and cry.
Yeah.
And I might have to write something.
Hey, come on. Hey, that's the best thing to do. If you get it out there. It won't get put out there unless you put it out there. That's the way I'm looking at things going forward. Like, I have to do it. So.
Are you familiar with Peak Agency?
I am familiar
I
with
think you
them.
should go to their website and I don't want to say audition. I don't know exactly how they label it, but you should try to get onto Peak Agency. They can get you a lot of commercial work.
Yeah.
They can try to get you like acting jobs, but of course, living in Iowa, and they don't really like to help actors get outside of Iowa because they want to represent you in Iowa.
Right, in Iowa.
But I think you'd be great in commercials, and I know a lot of local actors that have been in like commercials for like casinos.
Yeah.
And, like I don't know, like Wes Worthing was in like a State Farm commercial.
Oh, wow.
Peak Agency.
Yeah.
That
But
doesn't
yeah,
surprise me.
you're building this demo reel up of your stuff that you're writing, and then like what they'll do is if they're interested, they'll email you.
Okay.
And just submit your headshots and stuff, and tell them like who you are, what you're interested in. They do modeling and acting, and then once they contact you, if they're interested, that's when you get to send them the work that you did.
Yeah.
And then,
It's very hard work that we put.
well,
we put blood, sweat, and tears in.
I feel it deep in my bones that
Yeah.
you can get an agent through there.
Hey, listen, I will look into that. You see me in commercials. Look, I can be in commercials. Okay, so that's where we're gonna go. Listen, I have no reservations. Like I'm ready to do it all, and wasn't always here.
Yeah.
This year has taught me to have more confidence in myself, to believe in myself a lot more than I ever thought possible. You know, I always put myself in a box, and it's not even intentional. I think that's just the way that the mind works. Sometimes when you don't think that you're good enough for something, that's what you'll think in every aspect of your life. But now I'm realizing, you know, like I feel like I look at myself how God looks at me now.
Yeah.
And he sees me great. Okay, so that's the way that I'm seeing myself now, and it feels amazing because I've never ever, I'm not gonna get emotional, but I've never been in this place before, and I love it, and I don't plan on going back to where I was.
Are you familiar with law of attraction?
No.
Okay, law of attraction is which people who are like Christian, like there's a lot of people who are Christian that still believe in it, but it sounds like exactly what you're doing is like something you strongly believe in, something you really want. You put that energy out into the universe, out into
Yes.
God.
Yes.
It's almost kind of like making a sandwich. Like if you're hungry for a sandwich, you're hungry for this acting job. What are you gonna do? You're gonna to make that sandwich or to want that sandwich, you got to make that sandwich. You got to go out and get that bread and
That's
get
right.
the meat and the cheese and stuff. You got to physically do these things to get that sandwich you want. And then after you do all these necessary steps, you're going to have that sandwich. You're going to have that acting job.
And you're going to enjoy it.
You're going to enjoy
You're gonna
the whole
enjoy
process of it.
Yes,
So I
yes.
love that.
Listen, look,
you're making me emotional.
listen,
You're
it's God
really-
over everything, okay? Like I say, and I can't stress it enough, I would not be here if it was not for God. Like when my mom in 2020, March, she went into the hospital with COVID and she never came out. And I decided then, like that week that she went in, I said, well, my mom, knowing her, Linda, she's a go-getter, okay? she's a woman who she goes after what she wants. And I know that she would want the same for me. And instead of not going after what I love to do, my passion, my dream, I decided to pursue it further. I've been in theater on and off for the past 17 years. So that's all I've ever known. That 2020 was the year that I decided that I was gonna try my hand at film, TV, and commercial. It didn't go as I planned. So as I said, when I started to write, that's when all of the doors started opening. It started with God touching Brittany and Michael's heart to even want to help me, you know, and I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful. So, and to even be here on the podcast right now, never thought of this, you know.
Well, you're gonna be like everybody watching right now. Like you're just a true inspiration, and everybody who's gonna be watching this is definitely gonna benefit from it. So maybe it's another sign as to why you should be on this podcast to give this
Exactly.
message, because I think this is by far the most uplifting, positive podcast.
Yeah. I know. There's so many things I want to touch on because I want you to speak, but I also want to, I also personally want to speak to how much I love Eric.
Talk, girl. Yes, you talk that talk. Come on now.
No, for real. I mean, you really are special, and I'm not just saying this because you're sitting next to me.
Of course not. Yeah. Yeah. I know you. Yes.
Because to talk about these micro shorts that we did again, we did 6 micro shorts. Erica wrote them. She directed them. She starred in them. She put herself out there to get them made for herself. Like she even went and bought like a camera, just a whim, bought a camera. Hey, Brittany, then started asking me about it and just really, I guess, like pulled the trigger on getting the ball rolling on these 6 micro shorts. And I'm saying when we do one short film, it's a lot of work, a lot of preparation, and then she just came to us like, hey, I'm gonna do 6
in this time frame.
Can you guys do it? Yeah, every other Monday. And it was like, yeah, I'll help you with the first one, and then I don't know. But Erica being Erica, like eventually just like we were signed on to do all 6 and just like trudge through it, and I don't know, just the whole time I guess I'm just so impressed with how you put yourself out there, how you like set this goal and you were gonna do it no matter what for yourself. And like, I don't think I could do that. Like, it's so easy when you have a partner. Like, I have Michael. If we have an idea, we're gonna help each other do it. But you didn't have anybody help you. So I just think, I just am so impressed with you, basically. And I just think everybody can really look to you on kind of like how to make things happen for yourself. I mean, it's kind of the same way with like Alana went and like hired people herself to make her a demo reel, and you did the same thing, except you did it for yourself in a way. And it's just so impressive. And I mean, like, I'd seen your monologues and stuff, but I just know, like, being there on that first film, that first micro short, where it was really like, what are we doing? How, like, we're gonna get it together. You know, the first one was kind of an experiment in a way. Like, it was me not knowing anybody and like just kind of your crew. And I just remember sitting there like, she has to enter IMPA.
Yes, yeah, you told me that. You did.
I remember seeing you act, and I was like, okay, this is why I'm here, because you are talented. And then it just got better from there. Like, each, you know, we were there every other Monday.
Yep, we were.
Making these short films. And sometimes Michael wasn't even there. I mean, like, for one of them, it was just me and you and
another
Sakina.
actress, Sakina,
And we still did it, and I like love that one.
You were lights, you were sound, you were the cinematographer, you were, hey, go stand there, you were turn this way.
I was only there because of you, and I just think, I don't know what I'm trying to say is just, you like, you know, you were talking about how this year, like, you're gonna pursue these things, and you truly did, you truly put yourself out there, and like kind of snowballed this effect, like, because I got to do cinematography and lights and editing on Generational Curses, which is the film she's nominated for Best Actress in. That really taught me so much about myself as like an individual person and woman in film in Iowa. So I just am so grateful for you as well. And I think you're making opportunities for yourself, but you're making so many opportunities for other people too. So.
And we're not even going to talk about like how I acquired the locations for the sets. Okay.
I mean, like, Erica really did just make things happen. We got some questions in the comments too, but we'll get there. And I think you are the perfect example of, if you want something, you know, it's not going to just come to you, you know.
Heck no.
Go out and do it. Like, you reached out to people. And then this crazy stuff, like, we went for one micro short, Erica's like, yeah, we're going to go film in some stranger's house. We show up, most beautiful house ever.
Oh my gosh.
The family is in the house. These are strangers. The family is in the house, and I'm talking beautiful house. And they're like, we'll just be upstairs, and you guys do your thing. I'm like, Erica, who did you call?
I was like,
you know?
I don't know them.
She just, what'd you do? You just reached out to a realtor.
So I reached out to a realtor. So when I decided to do these films, I already had the vision in my head, right? So I was like, well, for this one, the house that Brittany's talking about, I was like, for this one, I'm gonna need a really, really nice kitchen that looks like we're rich, because my kitchen don't look like that, okay? My real kitchen, it don't look like that, you know? So, and I believe that it was God. It was like, he was like, go on Zillow. And I was like, Zillow? I'm like, that's the place where, you know, people are selling homes, you know? So nevertheless, that night, go on Zillow, scrolling through, my heart is just pounding, you know? And I'm like, oh my God. So I found about 6 houses that I really, really love. The kitchens were absolutely beautiful. So the next morning, I called the realtors for those houses. And one person, she said she's gonna call me back, never heard from her. The 4th person I called, her name was Noelle Madden. She's with Coldwell Bankers Realty. And I called and I told her who I was and what I was trying to do. And she was like, who are you? And I was like, oh, well, my name is Erica Faye. She said, no. She said, who are you as a person? She was like, I want to get to know you as you. She was like, not because you're using my clients or you're asking to use my client's home. She was like, I want to know who you are, what you like, what you don't like. And I was like, okay, well, you know, and then I told her about me. She was like, even if we can't get you the kitchen that you're looking at, she said, I will find you something.
That's amazing.
And I was like, what? I was like, okay, go ahead, Jesus, you know, so, she had been out sick with COVID for about 2 weeks. I didn't know. So I called her on that third week. And she told me that, her coworker has a son who builds homes. And she was like, she told them about my project and what I'm trying to do. And she was like, they want to know more about you. So she gave me their phone numbers. I called the wife of the guy, and I'm talking to her and letting her know who I am. She was like, okay, well, I just have to confirm with my husband. Shout out to Joanna and Shane Witter of Witter Custom Homes. She was like, I have to talk to my husband. So she messaged me probably about 30 minutes later to get the time. She was like, yeah. She was like, you guys can come here and film. They didn't ask if we were vaccinated. They didn't ask how many people were coming with me.
Like how long?
How long we were going to be. Nothing at all. So that's how I got that beautiful kitchen. And then probably about 2 hours later, Noelle messaged me again. She was like, hey, she was like, I found another house for you. She was like, this person is my broker. Her broker has volunteered to let us use his home to film Generational Curses in. And again, that's the one that's in the film festival.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I go and I meet these amazing people who have opened their homes to us to get these films done. And I feel like that was nobody but God. Like,
They volunteered their homes.
They volunteered.
Strangers.
We didn't have to pay anything, nothing. They said, if you need to move furniture, move it. If you need to give us a holler upstairs, just holler. They went upstairs and they ate their Jimmy Johns.
I guess
the sweetest people ever. They were amazing. I absolutely love them.
I'm just so impressed with the connections you made, because I think, and this is just so important for people who think like, well, I guess like I can't, write a film with a fancy house, because how am I going to get that? How am I going to pay for that?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're just putting yourself out there and just like asking around, and I think even me, I would be like, oh no, a realtor would say no.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even call them. But you did. And it's not even like houses. I mean, you got the hospital to agree. We didn't end up shooting in the hospital.
Yeah.
But like you got the hospital to agree.
I did.
You got a coffee shop that we shot in, and she was super chill too.
She was.
I mean, I think you personally have like the gold touch, but then also it's just so important to remember like. You can reach out to people. We're all just humans.
Yes.
And
Don't be afraid.
especially if you're trying to make something and follow your dreams, like someone might be compassionate about that and help you out, and just call a realtor, man.
Yeah, call a realtor. Listen,
You could even be
I
like a
called her for the new
location
one, too.
scouter in like movies. Like you
Yeah,
have
exactly.
You're like
Listen.
the Faye of all trades.
Yeah, these are some nice.
You can seriously
places.
like anybody out there who need locations, like contact her and give her credit for it, because she knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
I gotta ask you, do you have a vision board? Because you definitely seem like somebody who has one.
No. So what happened was.
Well, if you do, it's all in your head.
It
But
is, but
in her
my
heart.
sister, Shanita, my friend.
Love Shanita, also a very talented
Yeah.
actress as well.
Yeah, and she's like, I'm not an actress.
I
Well,
know
you are
she
today.
consider
You're an
herself
actress
that,
today. So she was there
good.
for the first one.
Yeah.
Behind closed doors, the one that we did in my living room.
Yeah.
And it was so amazing. Like the energy on the set was amazing.
brought it, too.
Like it was really well. But Shanita, she keeps telling me to get a vision board. So I actually bought an actual board, and it's outlined with gold because I'm real extra. And I haven't written anything on the vision board yet. And since he said that, I feel kind of bad now, because I'm like, oh crap, we should have wrote something down. But like you said, it's all in my head.
the things you're saying, it sounds like you have a vision board. You do, but it's all in your head.
Right,
But
right.
And it almost seems like you don't even need to like write anything down on it. But the fact that you bought a vision board and you did write stuff down, but it's in your head. But like you have all these goals, and like I can't exactly recall what you said, but you like had like like when you wanted to make a film, like you wanted to do it like every Monday or every other Monday.
Yep.
And you did.
Listen,
She's tenacious.
I even had a couple of people to back out on me for whatever reason. They could not film. And my sister Shanita, she's the one that was in Behind Closed Doors. it was like 2 or 3 days until it was time to shoot. And she was like, send me the script. I'm like, you're gonna, she was like, send me the script. I'm gonna do it. So I sent her the script.
Good too.
She came down she lives like an hour away. So she came down from her home. We did film the scene and then she went back home that same night.
Yeah.
She was like, my job is done, you know, so
Dedicated.
yeah. So even though we had some obstacles in there, every day that I set, that's the key thing. Every day that I set to film it, it went through. Like we started filming on January 10th and we ended on March 21st. And we filmed those 6 short films and every location panned out. Even when Brittany wasn't feeling well, Brittany was still on set. Michael, her partner, was there for a few films as well. The team, you guys just work, you go together. Like salt and pepper, you know, like you make things good, okay? So, yeah.
You know, I mean, we're just, you know, behind the camera. It definitely just wouldn't have happened without, you know, your story and really your, what am I thinking of? Motivation.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just so impressed with you. But to talk about too, I actually love how you speak about your relationship with God and how He motivates you. And obviously, I think you personally are a truly beautiful person. But I know your relationship with God has such a influence on that as well. So we have a question from Michael. It says your films all have a religious message, and they definitely do. Like, and it's not like the film is religious,
right?
But the message is like so strong.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
he said, is that intentional in your writing? Was that intentional when writing your shorts?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I tell people that I am not a Christian writer, but I'm a Christian who's a writer, which means that my stuff isn't churchy, but you're gonna know who I get my gift from. So that's why I exalt God, and at the end of every film, there's a scripture, because as you can see in some of the films, like it went with the scripture. You know, there's scripture for every problem, everything in life.
Yeah,
there's a
that's for
scripture
sure.
for it. You know, so yes, that was definitely intentional. And then you'll even see it more prevalent in the new film that I've written. You'll actually see some stuff going on. We'll just say that. You'll see some stuff going on, and I think that you'll really enjoy it. So.
Yeah, you even get it on like a deeper level in your upcoming short.
There was a short film that you made with Derek.
Yes,
and,
detect me right here in
Detect
this office right
Yeah,
here. Yeah. So.
And it's just, again, you being such a motivational and an inspirational person. Like, you got somebody who's never acted before. Act very well.
Yeah.
He blew my mind.
Yeah.
And I asked him if he wants to do other stuff, and he's like, "Oh, I'm not an actor." I'm like, "Dude, no, you are. You are an actor, and you're a very good one." 'Cause
He was great.
You scared
awesome.
me.
He was awesome.
Yeah, I just got to give a shout out to that film, because like that's the first thing I've ever seen personally.
Derek actually commented it as well. Erica is great. Looking forward to working with her again.
Oh.
We do have quite a few comments. I'll just go through them real quick. Camry Richardson said, "I'm so proud of you."
Thank you, Cam. Thank you, honey.
Alana's been on here as well. Take that spotlight, you deserve it, she said. She also said, "Wow, you guys are getting me so hyped to work with Erica. You should be hyped. Erica is, what haven't I touched on? Can you tell that how positive she is? I feel like, deep down, like Erica's a human. She feels anxious.
Oh, girl.
She
Like now.
doubts herself. All this stuff, but just even talks herself out of it, and in the process, kind of gets everybody on board too. And it's just like, that is so important when you're doing independent film, right? Because we're all volunteering our time or, working long hours.
Yeah.
And we have definitely experienced having negative people around us. I mean, even probably being negative ourselves at times.
Oh, yeah.
So it's so important to have positive people around. And it's like, this person right here is like, we're getting it done. Yeah, this person backed out on me like 2 hours ago and we're shooting in an hour, but like, we're getting it done. Don't worry.
Oh, well, wait a minute.
Not you. I mean, like,
Oh, no.
you've had that happen to you.
No, I'm gonna say something about you.
Oh, geez.
Okay, so Brittany. So I had a couple of locations that fell through. Brittany, you came through for a few of them. Like we were gonna film After the Rain here, in the hallway section by the lockers. And there was another one that you came through for. Detect Me here in the office. I was looking for a few locations and it was a go. And then they called me and was like, hey, we can't do it. So I called Brittany. I'm like, Brittany, I don't know what I'm going to do. I can't. She was like, well, we can film it here. I was like, what? And she sent me pictures of where we would film Detect Me at, and it was absolutely perfect. It had the small space that we needed to actually look like an interrogation room. So she came through quite a bit. Like I said, I couldn't have gotten a better person to work with, but with you being positive as well, you having the knowledge that you have to actually get the films done, the great quality that came out of it, the knowledge that you and Michael put into it, is what created it. Like, yeah, I wrote it, but without you all filming, it couldn't have been done. So we're a team, girl. Look, we go hand in hand now. Okay.
Well, since we're still talking about the micro shorts, Alana asked, are all of these films out? Where can we watch them?
Yes, great question, Alana. So all of the films are out there on my Instagram, which I'm sure I can tag it after the show as well. And they're also on my Facebook acting page. They're all in the Iowa Film Group and other groups as well. Like, I have a list of groups that I just send them to. So they're pretty much everywhere. So hopefully it gets bigger, as we go on and as, I continue to write more films. Right now, they're just online. But you would definitely see them in theaters, so just be patient.
You said YouTube, right?
Yep.
What page is it?
YouTube is my Erica Faye officially YouTube page.
You have them all on there?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Every single one of them.
Yeah, and there's 6 of them. Mm-hmm. And what are all the titles?
So the first one is Behind Closed Doors. Yeah. Detect Me, Leaving, Generational Curses. Mm-hmm. After the Rain, and Angels Unawares. So Angels Unawares was actually filmed at Bohemia Coffee Shop here in Newbo, in Cedar Rapids. So shout out to them.
Yeah.
Shout out to quite a few people who helped make the films a success. And I'm grateful for the support that I'm getting behind it. I'm grateful for the feedback that I'm getting from the people, and I'm glad to see that I can put out content that people enjoy, and that they can relate to. So all of the films I've written, like it's what goes on in life. So all of them are real life issues and things that people go through every day. Very emotional. A few of them had some really real tears from myself.
Yes, you did.
So and that's what you have to do. You have to delve into that character, and I wasn't always there. So even me being here, it is it's an improvement of who I am as a person, and just being here. I can't say it enough. I'm happy. Very happy.
Another question: what's your favorite project you've done so far?
Ooh, really? I would have to say my favorite one is Angels Unawares.
Okay.
Because of the twist that's in it.
Okay.
If you look at the films, most of them have a plot twist to them. Yeah. I really liked that one. my older sister Tony, shout out to you, honey. Her favorite one is Leaving. Shanita, she don't have a favorite. She loves them all. And then I don't come across too many people who single them out. They say they love them all. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they're just trying to be nice or but me personally, I think that Angels Unawares, Behind Closed Doors, and Leaving would be kind of like my top 3.
Go ahead.
So I just feel like the first ones, we were just coming out, trying to get that nervousness, out there. So I'm pretty sure I feel like, because we're always our worst critic. So I feel like I could have done better. But like I said, what was produced was good. It was very good. I'm very proud of what we created.
Oh yeah, I definitely don't think. If anything were to be wrong, and I don't think there is with the first 2, it's just like, we were just trying to get it together. I think your performance is great. That's what I'm saying. When I sat there on the first one, I was like, you got to enter this into IMDb, which you didn't. You ended up entering a different one. But I wanted to say on Leaving, who did you act with? Who was that?
His name was Anthony Hendricks. And he's out of the Iowa City area right now.
Just to shout out someone else. He was very talented.
Anthony
if
Hendricks.
Anyone checks out Leaving, that's why I like Leaving, because you guys were able to really get some good energy.
And that's what you said. He was like, who is he? I was like, oh, that's just Anthony,
He really brought the energy.
He was amazing. Like I said, we worked together so well. We even did a play in Davenport called The Mockingbird on Main Theater. It was the first time we ever worked together. he in a play called The Mountaintop. He was Martin Luther King, and I was the housekeeper / angel who was coming to take him to heaven. So it was a very emotional play. It was a great play, and that's, as I said, where we first worked together. And I do plan to work with Anthony again, of course. So then, like I said, he was talking about how people who've never acted before. Sakina in Generation of Curses, she's never been on a camera before. Shanita has never been on a camera before, and Derek has never been on a camera before either.
And
Trina in Generational Angels Unawares, she's never been on camera before. Listen, when we filmed Angels Unawares, I didn't know that I needed an actual person on camera. So Shanita was going to do it, and I was just going to call her on the phone, and we were going to talk like that. And they were like, well, we can't do that. I'm like, well, why not? They was like, well, we need somebody in person. And I was like, oh crap. So the first person I thought of was Trina. Trina don't like to be on camera. Trina likes to sit behind the scenes and smile real big and say how good you're doing. That's what Trina McCullum, shout out to you, honey. That's what she loves to do. She's a great supporter. Okay. And I called her. I'm like, I need you to come here. I go whining again. I need you to come. I don't have anybody. She was like, oh, well, I'm just getting off of work. I'm like, Trina, please, can you come? She was like, Erica, I don't want to be on camera. I said, can you please come and do it? She said, okay, I'll do it for you. Trina was there. Trina was on time, and Trina got the job done.
Yes.
She was a great mother. She had that motherly tone.
Yeah.
So it worked out so well. And shout out to her for coming out of that shell and being the best her that she can be.
Yeah, I mean, for real, shout out to her. But I'm just saying, you have the golden touch, Erica. You can get anybody to do anything. You touched on doing a play with Anthony. So, obviously, I know the answer to this, but like, is doing plays something you're still currently pursuing? And like, are you gonna continue to keep doing plays and film? How does that work together?
I like the way you think, Britt. I love the way you do business. Okay, so yes, I am still in theater. I'm in the Color Purple musical right now at Revival Theater Company in Cedar Rapids. It's going to be at CSPS across from Nubo. The dates are June 10th, 11th, and 12th, and then June 17th, 18th, and 19th. Tickets are on sale now. I have a great group of people who I'm working with. I'm playing Sophia. So if you guys have seen the Color Purple movie, I'm playing Oprah Winfrey's role. If I could play her in real life, that'd be great. She's a billionaire, so very, very excited about that. And then I also got cast in a stage play in Chicago.
Oh, really?
In September, yeah.
Wow,
so I'll be there for a little over a week at the end of September going into October for that. And that's really exciting.
Yeah.
Working with some very well-known people. So it's like I said, the doors are just, he's opening everywhere. I don't know which way to go.
So you want to continue to keep doing plays. So I guess I have a question. At this point in acting and film, it seems like because you set out to make your own demo reel, you've somehow found this spark that's like, I'm going to write my own, I'm going to do my own.
Yes.
So I guess as far as film goes, is that kind of the direction you're heading? Is like, hey, I want to like create these things. I want to write these things. Or do you think you'll still try to continue to act in other people's?
I would love to act in other people's things. Okay. So as we know, I'm writing my own projects, but that was a whole point of me writing anyway, was so that I could, as I said, put those on the acting sites so that the casting directors and people could see those. So I would definitely be auditioning for other people's projects as well. Because I didn't know how much I would love writing, so I was going to do this.
You found this other avenue that you're passionate about, so you're going to keep yourself busy.
Yes, I want to be busy.
Yes, for real.
What do you like doing more, film or theater?
Ooh. Theater is my first love. It is my first love, but
Is
I
it
also
the crowd reaction, because I find that very addicting.
it is addicting, and it's also scary. Like the last play that I did, The Mountaintop, it was a very, very intimate theater. So like they could see the last thing you ate. Like the stage was really close, and every night I was always nervous about that. But once you get out there and you want that energy to flow, all of the fear goes away, and just them being so close to you and that intimacy is kind of what drives the show. So yeah, definitely that. But then I also love film because you can redo it if you mess up.
Right.
And
people ask me what like the difference is between theater and film when it comes to an actor, and I always tell people in film, primarily you could do the whole movie with your pants off.
Yep.
Because it's all focused on like your facial emotions, but when you're in theater, you're acting with your whole body.
Yeah, and if you mess up, they can't know you messed up. You know,
Right.
you have to literally improvise, and that happened in a few shows that I've been in over time, and you know we made it through luckily, but that's scary, you know, because
Right.
you messed up, but do they know you messed up? You know, like in the mountaintop, one of the nights, I had to hit Anthony with the pillow,
Okay.
but my hand was too close. And it actually chipped a part of his tooth, and I have a cut on my knuckle right here because Anthony's your tooth cut my finger. Yes, it did. But it started to bleed on stage, and I look down and I look at it and I'm like, oh sweet Jesus, because if they look, they for sure could see the blood. So we had to act through that. I had to act through the pain, and as soon as I hit him, I'm like, I'm so sorry, you know. I had to keep my stay in character, but it was really difficult because I wanted to hug him. I'm like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to hit you, you know. So but he was a trooper. He made it through. We made it through. We finished the night, and that was that. But yeah, that was one of the craziest times in theater that I've had thus far. Yeah, for sure.
Alicia says the mountaintop was amazing.
Yay! I'm glad you came to see it.
She also asked Alicia on Demand, how do you promote your films? It seems like a major barrier nowadays. Is marketing.
Marketing is definitely one of the biggest issues, and me being a beginner, I really don't know anything, so I ask around. I kind of try to look and see what's what, you know, like you want to try to write about kind of like the things that are on TV now, like what people are really into reality shows. I don't know how to, you know, reality, most of it's unscripted, so improv, you know, but being in film, you have to know how to market, and I don't really. So what I do is I just keep it on Facebook. I try to make sure I share it as much as possible.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all you can do, especially if you don't really know anyone, like you don't have like connections and things like that.
Yeah.
Just hoping that the right person see it. Just continue to share. Just keep sharing.
Yeah, I think, I guess from me, like an outsider looking in on what you're doing, I think you're actually really good at like getting your film out there because, like 2 days before your film comes out, you're like posting like, hey, in 2 days my film's coming out. The day before, you're like, guys, it's on the way. Just reminding people, getting in their heads.
Yeah.
And then you're like really good about sharing it all over. I mean,
Yeah.
to the different pages you're a part of.
Yeah.
So I think it's really good that you're connected to all these different pages.
Yeah, for sure.
And stuff like that. So I think it's just spamming social media.
Yeah, it
that's
is
all
what
you
we
do.
can do now. Until that right person sees it, then you are on the way. So,
Well, I think
Just
you're,
keep sharing it.
again, definitely heading in the right direction.
Thanks, Dylan.
You are doing everything right.
Yeah.
So I just want to know, how do you go about your acting? Do you have a certain method? Like I'm personally a method actor. How do you get into your characters?
That's a really good question. As we know, is one of the main things you should do is try to put yourself in that character's shoes. See where they're coming from. Look at it from quite a few angles, and see which one fits best. You know, I read the scene a few times, read it in a few different ways, and whichever I do what I feel. And if it's wrong, it's wrong. If it's right, it's right. You know, you really can't go wrong, and you know, in theater and film. So I basically just do what I feel. You can pretty much tell the way a scene is going to go based on the conversation, of course. So you can tell most of the time the tone of the conversation. So you go in that manner. You know, pretty simple.
I've obviously seen you shed a few tears
Oh,
on film, and you did it in multiple of your, many of your micro shorts. What are you I'm so fascinated by people who can cry on the spot. Like, what are you channeling? What are you doing for that? Is that...
I want the film to be the best that it can be.
Yeah.
And if me crying is gonna take it up some notches, I'm gonna cry. Okay. So what I think about is the end result. Like I want
Okay.
people to feel what I feel. Like I said, like my late pastor Dad, Wendell Beats, he says what comes from the heart reaches the heart. Okay. So if I'm in this scene and the scene is very emotional, I want them to feel that emotion that's coming from it. So just knowing that people are gonna feel what I feel, I want them to be a mess like I was when they see
Okay.
this film, or I want them to be
Yeah.
as happy as I was when they saw this film. So
Yeah.
just thinking about the people's reactions and what kind of work you want to put out there. Even if my work doesn't get to any theaters, awards, or anywhere, what I done, it hits people and it connects with people.
Yeah.
So as long as they're taking something and getting something from what I do and what I produce, the God-given talent that God has given me, then I'm okay with that. That it doesn't have to go anywhere. Somebody's seen it, and that's what I get. They're like, oh my God, I saw your film and it was so good. I'm like, yay! That's one person who was touched.
Yes, I'm the same way. Like that's like those are like the rules I try going for. Is like, can I like get something to where I can like affect people, like
Right,
and
right.
maybe even change their lives. Like they can watch
right.
me on screen
Yes.
and be like this movie changed my life, and because of this character I can relate to, and like I definitely see that in
Yep.
your films.
Yep.
And I kind of want to know what's your end game, like what are your dreams
Yeah,
and goals? Do you
that's a
want
good
to
question.
do this for a living? Are you perfectly content?
Yeah.
Like being like an underground actress here in
No,
Iowa?
I want to. I think I want what any actor would want. They want to be recognized for their very, very hard work that they put out there. If it goes bigger than what it is, then that's fine too. Like, of course, I would love to win awards. I have my eyes set on the EGOT. You know what I'm saying? So like I definitely do plan to get there, but if it never gets there, I'm okay with that too.
I feel it deep in my
Yeah.
heart, deep in my bones,
Yes,
that
come on,
you're
come
gonna
on.
win an award at the IMPA. Either
Yeah.
because they have two different things. They have the Award of Excellence, which is the top award, and they have the Award of Achievement, which is still a great award to have. I mean, you're still winning something out of the other actresses that are nominated. Like, I mean, like I'm like we're gonna be there, and I'm gonna be rooting for you.
Yeah.
I feel
I'm
like you're gonna
telling
have
you.
some-
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
We gonna be cute, too.
And it's so unfortunate, right? Because like everybody who's nominated in that category really, really obviously deserves it. Like we have Caitlin Allen in there for Rosie's Necklace.
Oh
and,
yeah, that's right.
So it's hard. Yeah, it's like such a hard thing. But like I'm telling you, when I saw you in behind closed doors, I just like it's just when you see someone who's talented, and
Right.
I think the reason that I really felt like, oh my gosh, you should enter IMPA like for real, is because you really made me feel something. Like in that moment, I was like,
You want to know?
this is
Well, your
beautiful.
positivity and your energy that you produce is, I feel like, is what's gonna cause you to win.
Yeah.
Because like everything you ever wanted so far in your acting career has happened in this award. Like I don't know, I would be mind blown, surprised that if you don't win at least the Award of Achievement. Like
Yeah.
so, I'm like again, like
And-
keep doing what you're doing, and
I
you're gonna
will.
get
We're
it.
just
I
so
will.
proud, obviously. I'm
Yeah.
just so proud that you got nominated.
Yeah,
Girl,
I mean,
me
even
too.
being nominated is phenomenal.
I had a mouthful of food and I was like, he was like, are you okay? I'm like, I got nominated. It was hilarious.
Yeah, I
Oh
didn't
my
doubt-
God.
I didn't doubt it.
But the reason why, Brittany, I want to say why you probably felt very passionate about Behind Closed Doors is because it's based on true events. Yeah, I was an alcoholic. I've been clean and sober for 8 years. This past April made 8 years.
Oh my
But
goodness.
I was the one who was would get really drunk. I would drink and drive. I
my
would
God,
have
this
my
is very-
babies in the car with me. And I'm just sloppy drunk, oh my gosh, I remember one time I was driving down Edgewood and I was really drunk. My children weren't in a car seat, okay? So I'm driving 45 miles an hour down Edgewood, hit the medium, and my tire popped off. So I'm going 45 miles an hour with just on a rim. Luckily, we made it to our destination because the car could have flipped over. The police could have stopped me. I could have got, locked up for intoxication, child endangerment. DHS could have been involved, but God didn't allow that to happen.
Yeah.
So that's why I put that in there because you never know. And then it's with true events, but fictional as well.
Yeah.
Because we know I'm not married, I'm not a missionary at my church, but you don't know
Yeah.
what people go through behind closed doors. And I think that was the reason why I kind of felt that too, because the way that Shanita was talking to me, that's the way that she talked to me in real life when she had to put up with me being as drunk as
been
I
there.
was and
Yeah.
coming in all late and loud. And it was just an absolute mess. Like I rolled over on my kid, coming over from a night of drinking. Could have killed him. Andrew, the one that was in your film, I rolled
Yeah.
over on him. They had to like really push me to wake me up. I fell and hit my head in the shower, passed out. Yeah, it was bad. Listen, God is a deliverer. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. But this was 8 years ago. So the base behind closed doors is based on true events, and that's why I feel very deeply for that one.
Yeah, I did not know that. I have so much. What I mainly want to say is you are so strong. You know what I'm saying? For telling that story, for reliving it in that moment, on behind closed doors, for coming, being truthful about it now, for your whatever
helps.
journey it took to get you to be this amazing person you are right now, and being there for your kids, and like you're putting Andrew out there into acting and stuff.
He gonna make sure he get out there. Look.
And I know Andrew's not on the podcast, but if you need a kid actor,
yes,
Andrew, he's awesome, because we were very wary of having kid actors on just in a film, because we've never worked with kid actors. How old is he?
10 now.
So he's 10. He came to set, like, knew his lines. Like, he was telling us, like, don't worry. And I think we scheduled, like, I don't know, we scheduled a long time to do that scene with just the two kids. And, like, they showed us up and, like, got done early. And then we all went upstairs and, like, I knew my lines.
I'm done. Yeah, we can go, Mom. It's time to go. I'm like, you done?
I know.
I'm done. Okay, son. Okay, go ahead.
He's probably learning a lot from you, honestly.
He is, and he's taking after me. So that's enough. And my oldest, Krishan, he's more of a laid back kid, but he's definitely taking after me as well. I'm a single mother of a 10 and a 12-year-old, and then I have acting, and then I have a full-time job that pays the bills, and I'm very, very grateful for my job. But my passion is somewhere else. And it's with acting, it's with the entertainment, I just have to make sure that when I go out there, and when it does get bigger, that my head stays on right, stays screwed on tightly, make sure I stay focused. So that's what I'm doing in this season, thank God. Just trying to stay focused, so no distractions right now. So that's Erica Faye in a nutshell.
I need to ask, because with my full-time job, I find myself still being an actor. Do you find yourself being like acting while you're at work?
Yeah, it comes naturally. Like even the people at church, they like, is she serious? Is she acting? Because it comes so naturally. So I would definitely say yes.
Yeah.
Like just the theatrics in my voice when I talk to the people. Like
it's almost like acting is a disease, and you can't get rid of it.
Exactly. Some you don't want. This is a bug you don't want to get rid of. Okay. So
no, it's true though.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
You speaking about being a single mom and the things you're, juggling, that just goes to show that, like, even if you are thinking in your head, like, well, I mean, I have to work, and I'm a single mom, and I'm busy, and my passions are never gonna come to fruition. I don't know. You can find it in your heart, and I know there's these struggles, and obviously financials are a huge thing in this.
Yes.
And doing film and stuff, but I mean, I guess if you need someone to look to Erica, because you're doing it.
Thank you.
I know we've been talking for an hour already, so I want to talk about the film you're trying to make, because you are still looking for people to help you.
Lord, honey, listen, this is by far the roughest time that I've had, because the other ones, as we said, was like one scene locations.
Yeah, they were
I already had the
shoots.
crew, but Brittany and Michael aren't available right now, so they can't help me do this project. So I am looking for a crew to assist with that.
Yeah, she wrote like a 40-something page script.
45.
Yeah. Acting like it's no big deal. It's 45 pages. Right. No, she's doing like a 45-page script over like 6 to 7 days at the end of July.
September.
September.
No, it's August.
what?
Girl, listen, August 2nd through the 9th is the targeted date.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so in
were all
August. And yeah, she really needs crew, people who kind of understand like the independent film life, and just maybe can get on board with what story she's trying to tell, because it's not just like, it's not nothing. It is a really deep story. As you can tell, Erica has a lot of deep, deeper things to say, and yeah, so I'm just for her putting out. We need some people to help on crew. I think she still has some cast.
Yes,
we're looking for.
some positions there.
So that's coming up, and we definitely want to see. We saw Erica Faye, what she can do with 6 micro shorts. So I mean, that's just gonna tell you what she can do.
Yeah.
With a bigger short film.
Yes.
No, and it's just like, don't be silly. Work with her. 'Cause
Yeah.
she knows what she's doing. Her energy is so addicting. Like, I'm right here with her, and she's changing my life.
Oh,
She
wow.
really is. Like, she's inspiring me to be spiritual again, to be just a better person. Like,
Yeah.
'cause she's truly addicting. And like, she
You're an
needs
inspiring
lights, she
person.
needs sound, she needs somebody to run the
Yes.
camera.
Yes.
Like, if you are somebody who is as passionate as she is, go out and work with her,
Yeah.
because I mean, you're gonna be probably in the next best movie made in Iowa.
Yeah,
Like,
listen.
and it seems very interesting. If I could be in it, I would, but the dates aren't really seeming to
Yeah.
line up with mine. But I mean, I would audition to be in her film. It's just, guys, like, work with Erica. Like,
Yeah, I think.
I want to
even-
work with Erica.
Even just if you're not, not on this film that she's coming up with. Obviously, I can't say enough like how much I recommend or speak your praises about just like your acting abilities, just who you are as a person. So yeah, we are gonna wrap it up. 2 questions because I don't wanna miss out on this question. So I'll ask this, and then I think Dylan has a question. He always asks somebody. So I'll go from Derek asked if you could work with any actor or actress, alive or dead, who would it be?
Oh, Derek, come on. It is okay. For sure, Viola Davis,
Oh, I love her.
Meryl Streep.
Okay, yeah.
Who else? Of course, Denzel. He's always there. Sandra Bullock. Like those are
Sandra
my
Bullock.
and Julia Roberts. Yes.
I do love Julia
I
Roberts.
love all
You
of
got the
them.
classic.
Yeah, like I'm a
Yeah.
movie buff, so
Yeah.
and there are quite a few more, but for the sake of time, those are like my
And you know
top.
what? Sorry, you named everybody you could work with.
What
None
you
of them are
guys-
dead. you know?
Biggest, yes, and I will
Yes.
work with them. Yes, I will.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Brittany, thank you.
I love
thank
it.
you.
I
Me
will
too.
work with
Me
them.
too.
That's the.
Yeah, for real.
It's gonna happen. If anyone can make it happen, it's you. So.
It is. Okay.
All right. So my question for you that I ask everyone is, if you could jump into a time machine and go to, like, travel back to a young Erica Faye, like, what kind of advice would you give her?
Believe in yourself. Don't shortchange yourself. Don't self-sabotage yourself. Put God first. It's as soon as you know who the Lord is, you start making it your priority to put Him first. It's only what you do for Christ will last. Okay, so you have to, because you won't succeed. But without God, you will not succeed. That's what I would tell myself, and that's what I learned that, but it was at this late stage in my life when I had been beat up by life and went back to Him when I was just broke down, honey. But in my prime, when I was probably at my best, if I had the mind frame, I would put Him first, for sure, and everything's gonna be okay. You will be fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
Don't stress. Don't fret. You're going to be okay. That's what I would tell myself.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I love
yeah.
it. So, well, thank you so much for coming on our show.
Welcome. Thank y'all
Holy
for having
cow.
me. Oh,
I feel good right now.
I feel inspired too. Come on.
Yeah, I got such good feelings going on right now because of you.
Yeah.
Just a couple shout outs, guys. This Saturday, which is the 14th, I believe.
Yep.
We're going to be at the Iowa Oscars, the IMPA. We're going to have a booth, the blue carpet. You're going to be there, of course. You
I
better
will.
be there.
I will. Me and my little entourage. We're gonna be in the house.
Yeah. So anybody who's coming to the IMPA can be a guest on our show. It's going to be live. We're going to be running for a couple hours, I believe.
Yeah, we hope you stop by again.
I
Yeah.
will definitely stop by.
Everyone's
Have my
gonna get
flats
like a
on
little
because I'm walking.
5-10 minute interview. have fun with us.
I
It's
think
gonna
we're
be a good
taking
time.
Polaroids and stuff too.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
That's
we're
nice.
yeah, we're
That's
taking
nice.
Polaroids
Do
and
that.
like putting them in a little indie social yearbook.
Okay,
We're
okay.
taking like 2.
This is news to
Yeah.
me, but it sounds
Is
fun.
this a secret? I don't know.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be doing that. That's gonna kind of be taking place of next week's episode, so we won't have anything next week. But the 25th of May is gonna be season 3 finale with Pat
Nice, nice.
Gim.
Gim. I'm notoriously for the past 3 seasons can't get people's last names right. But he's gonna be our season finale on May 25th, and then we're gonna be taking a month or 2 break, and then we're gonna start back up with season 4.
And Pat is also nominated for Best Actor at IMPA.
Nice, nice.
There's so many people being nominated right now. My gosh, it's gonna be fun.
Heck
It's gonna
yeah,
be
Sounds
fun.
like
I'm
it
so
is.
excited.
Yeah, me too,
And
me
I
too.
hope like whoever will come, IMPA, even if you're not like a nominee,
There's still gonna be
just
great
so fun to
actors and
come.
filmmakers there supporting each other, and it's just like I'm excited every single year. It seems like we bring new people into our group, and we just meet new people, and then it makes film festivals fun. It makes the IMPA
Yeah.
fun. We'll go there, and we'll just have a good time. We'll vibe with each other. But that's tonight's episode here with Erica Faye, guys. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for watching.
Yes.
Yep, and
I'm
Eric,
sure you all feel super inspired like we do right now.
Yeah, and Erica, you have your own Facebook page, right?
I do. Mhm.
Erica Faye official.
Erica
or-
Faye on Facebook. It's just Erica Faye.
Okay, so that's like her own acting page,
Yes.
aside from like her personal profiles.
Yes,
So,
you can go follow me.
yeah,
see
if you
all
want to
my
reach out
work.
to her through there.
Yes, and you can also message me on my personal page as well, Erica
Okay.
Faye Tony. You can message me on Instagram at Erica Faye Officially, and you can go to YouTube and see the videos as well at Erica Faye Officially, or officially Erica Faye, I believe. So, yeah, just very happy to be here tonight. Thank you all for watching.
Yeah, very inspirational, very positive. One of my favorites, Erica Faye.
Yeah.
Thanks for talking to us.
All right,
Yeah,
that's
thank you.
Indie Social, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Peace.
Bye.